driving just a touch right now, he's going to be in the ballpark for the pole shootout.
Yeah, for the top 9.
Yeah. Fantastic job for Newman Haas.
Fourth lap, 225.514. Very consistent run at 225.423, and he is P6 right now. Hideki Muto. Lots more qualifying to come here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're glad you joined us for an afternoon of qualifying. We'll be right back. Versus with daily coverage of the Engine Tour of California. 3-time champion Levi Leipheimer looks to defend his crown as he rides against Andy Schleck and David Zabriskie and the world's best cyclists across the tough terrain of California. The Engine Tour of California tonight at 6:30 on Versus. The Borg Warner Trophy, which every driver hopes to have his image on. One of the great symbols of sports down through the years. Someone will have his image placed on it a week from tomorrow. Milka Duno's on the racetrack with a 225.502, 223 rather, .502, and a 222.561.
And I'm just looking back through my sheets. That opening lap, that first lap of Milka, 223.5, that's the fastest lap she's done all month.
I saw that first lap, I'm like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
You know, unfortunately, she dropped to 222.5 the second lap, but it's there. There's a time to get up and get on it, and she did it on lap 1.
She could somehow dial that back.
Yeah.
Just shows that practice speeds are not always indicative of future performance.
Third lap, 222.052, so she's lost 1.5 miles an hour over the past 3 laps. This will be Milka's 4th 500-mile race should she gain a starting spot in the 33-car field. She finished 19th here in 2008. Best finish was around start was also that year 27th.
And I think we're safe to say, going on a limb here, I don't think that's good enough. That's not going to get you in the top 24.
No, not today.
Now, that might be enough to get you to the top 33, but that doesn't play today. So
tune in tomorrow.
Had she maintained that first lap, she would have been close. The 4th lap is 221.554, so she lost 2 miles an hour. Average is 222.408. Ryan Hunter-Ray and Robbie Floyd.
And a 223.7, not what you were looking for, especially when you've been turning 225s. What happened? Where did you lose the mile an hour?
I couldn't find those other cars that have been out on the track with me. I don't know where they went.
Is that what it's been, literally? You've been getting the toe to reach that number?
Well, it's just been, yeah, toes, but it's been a rough time for us so far. I mean, we're just plugging away, but TK on the first day took all 5 cars out at the same time, you know, within a half hour, and we were definitely at a 1.5 mile, 2 mile an hour deficit. But we've just been plugging away at it, squeezing it as much as we can, seeing if we can't get any drops of speed out of it. And we've gotten a little bit out of it, but in a straight line, we're having a hard time. Car's great through the corners, which means it's going to be a good race car. So I'm looking forward to just getting through qualifying and getting on to what matters, and that's the 500.
Yeah, but Lady Thaxton, you have to get in the race first, and I think Hideki likes his car, doesn't he?
He does, but Hideki says that he feels like you can find some more speed in that car, right?
Yes, I would say right now I'm happy. I'm right now P6, but I think we still need some speed, so we need to, I think, go out again this afternoon.
Thank you, Hideki. Jack?
Thanks.
Yeah, out on the racetrack right now, warming up Dario Franchitti, and by my analysis, guys, I think Dario may make an assault for the pole. Today, this morning, his mock qualifying run, a 226.153. If he can put together the kind of consistent laps that he had this morning, he might just unseat at P1 Alex Tagliani. Big difference, though, about 20 degrees of track temperature and about 20 degrees of ambient temperature as well.
And don't underestimate what that does. That track temperature that Jack talked about, all it takes for him to get to that average speed of beating 226.3 is just a little bit of balance change. For example, that front just isn't quite turning because the heat in the track, you know, shifted the center of pressure underneath the race car, and you're not going to get there. It's just such fine-tuning to put these cars on the front row.
And again, I think the expectation here is, okay, we didn't get a great draw, So let's just do whatever we can to take advantage of the draw we have before it gets even hotter and just somehow get into the pole shootout. You kind of, in one way, you sacrifice your pit selection. Want to enforce, if you just join, that the times in this particular session will count towards your pit selection, which is huge come race day.
Good lap. Lap 1, 2:26.153. He's third fastest according to our tracker. So Dario Franchitti is going to, it looks like, put himself solidly in the top 9. He's the defending IZOD IndyCar Series champion and was also in 2007. Here he comes to complete lap number 2. The speed is 226.323. He's up.
Obviously, they've made some great adjustments in that sensitive balance area that you got to have with that track temperature coming up.
What's interesting, guys, his laps are going up rather than going down. In his mock qualifying, it went from a 226.3 to a 226.0.
Again, we need to expect the unexpected. When we think we see a pattern going on, somebody sure enough throws a wrench in it.
White flag out for Dario Franchitti. And the third lap is 226.084.
And Jan, coming back to what he said, is right now the focus is saying, okay, we didn't get a great draw, get to that top 9. Remember, when we have that top 9, all these speeds are thrown away, and they go out at 4:30, and that's when they post that time to be in the top 9.
Also consider when you have a multi-car team, you average position. So Scott Dixon, at the moment, sitting in the 4th spot. This helps team average.
Yeah. Checkered flag is waving.
Checkered flag.
The 4th lap is 226.063, his slowest. 226.156 is the 4-lap average.
Only P3.
Yep, he is indeed P3. Alongside Elio Castroneves and Alex Tagliani. Another former champion of the Indianapolis 500 is going on to the racetrack to qualify for, hopefully, another win here at Indianapolis.
Danica Patrick leads the 89th running of the Indianapolis 500. But Dan Weldon is coming and coming fast. It doesn't matter all the other ones he's won. This is the one he wants. Strap in, folks. It's going to be a good one. The leader now is Dan Weldon. He gets the pass. The number 26 has never won the Indianapolis 500 until this day. The checkered flag is out, and Dan Weldon claims the 89th running of the Indianapolis 500.
Rain, so we really just took the time to massage some stuff on the car. But if anybody can be fast, he knows how to drive off that right rear and be faster than get out and drive a free race car, a loose race car around here. Jack?
And guys, he's got several thousand of his closest friends that are watching and are going to be watching very carefully. In fact, tomorrow, Dan Weldon will have a live hookup at his suite, at his luxury coach, with the National Guard units that have been dispatched to Iraq and Iran. Remember, this car in camouflage, dedicated to the men that keep us safe in the National Guard, and they're going to do it 2-way on Memorial Day. I think it's pretty fitting, don't you?
Indeed, always carrying colors proudly of the National Guard, Dan Weldon, and he is about to complete his first lap of qualifying. Let's see what he does for Panther Racing. First lap is 225.047. Good lap.
You know, you talk what a fickle racetrack this is, from one day to the next, from 1 hour to the next. When they rolled off Dan Weldon with that Panther race car, they were pretty fast, pretty happy right from the get-go. Then I think it was maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, he wasn't very happy with the race car. So it's amazing how it just can flip-flop with a team that's got experience, won races, always been fast, a driver that's a champion around here. You just can't assume anything. You can never leave this racetrack and say, well, I got it figured out.
He crashed the car last Sunday off of turn number 4. Didn't damage it very much. He didn't hurt himself. Second lap, 224.667. Dan Weldon has led more laps during the Indianapolis 500 than any other active driver. 234. That puts him 21st on the all-time list. Next is Elio, and then Scott Dixon, who is tied with Jimmy